Hello and welcome to Channel One Local. I'm your host, Brian Christopher, and I want to thank you for joining me for this episode. For the next few minutes, we're going to talk about something that has come across news feeds yesterday, and I read more in depth on it earlier this morning, concerning a meeting that's going to be taking place the first of next year, which is not that far away, next month, on the 29th of January in New York. NYC's most exclusive AI finance roundtable is what it's going to be. When OpenText and Cognizant decide to gather banking's top CIOs, CTOs, and CMOs all at Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue for a closed-door AI discussion, that's not just another conference. That's a signal. And it's going to be happening at Blue Box Cafe, Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. It's going to be an exclusive roundtable, and it's going to tell us exactly where enterprise AI and finance is headed. So let's break down what this event reveals about the state of AI infrastructure and financial services and why this matters. So here's the guest list, and this tells the story. It's not your average conference. This isn't a 5,000 person convention. This is a curated, invitation-only roundtable. It's going to be CIOs, chief information officers, digital strategy and transformation leaders, CTOs, your chief technology officers, innovation, automation, and operational resilience, and your CMOs, your chief marketing officers, customer communication, and experience modernization. So why does this combination of executives matter? All these guys are in the same room. They're not talking about an IT project. You're talking about a business transformation. And the venue of choice is deliberate. The Blue Box Cafe at Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. This isn't a hotel ballroom. This is an intimate, high-end setting that signals this is peer-level discussion, not vendor pitches. And that is very important. The conversation is strategic, not tactical. The attendees are decision makers with budget authority. When financial services infrastructure decisions move to Tiffany's, AI has officially crossed from experimental to strategic imperative. AI infrastructure is now a strategic priority. Recent U.S. research shows that AI and the digital infrastructure behind it have become a strategic priority for the majority of financial services executives. And what majority means is not 10% experimenting, not 30% piloting. Majority equals over 50% of financial services execs now considering AI infrastructure mission critical. In 2023, it was, we should explore AI. 2024, how do we deploy AI safely? And now 2025 and 2026, how do we scale AI infrastructure across the enterprise? So here's what they're actually discussing. The four focused areas. High-frequency data processing. AI models need massive compute power and ultra-low latency. Traditional infrastructure can't keep up. Intelligent automation. From fraud detection to document processing, AI is moving from nice to have to operational backbone, a necessity. Risk and compliance. How do you automate decision-making while remaining explainable to regulators, which is extremely important. We've touched on that in prior episodes. Customer personalization at scale. Banks can't manually personalize for millions of customers. AI can, if the infrastructure supports it. So here's that infrastructure challenge. Why the infrastructure is bottlenecked. The reality is financial institutions face contradictory demands. Demand one, always on, secure, compliant services. Demand two, AI models that require massive compute and real-time processing. Demand three, rise in regulatory pressure on data privacy and explainability. The infrastructure question, how do you build a system or systems that are fast enough for AI, secure enough for banking, compliant even for regulators, that's enough for regulators, scalable enough for growth, and the partner ecosystem evaluation. That's what this roundtable will consider as well. How infrastructure partners, coalition providers, hyperscalers, cloud platforms are adopting to meet performance expectations, compliance requirements, stability goals, and competitive advantage shift. Infrastructure will increasingly define competitive advantage. Translation for all that, the bank with a better AI infrastructure wins, bottom line. Not the bank with a better marketing budget or the most branches, the one with the fastest, most reliable, most scalable AI backbone. End of story. So why does this matter beyond that room, beyond that roundtable of discussion? What makes this different? It's peer level discussion not available at large industry conferences. And what that means is at big conferences, vendors are present for solutions where they can promote their product. And at this roundtable, executives share real problems. The value is in honest conversation about challenges, not polished case studies. The topics that they can go over here to discuss, but it's not going to be on a stage. It'll be closed door. Is AI development, how AI development has progressed and failed because. Why? Open discussions with these things. We're struggling with issues. Why? Our board is asking these questions. The why, seeking the answers. Regulators are pushing back on which issues. And why this date matters. This date's very important. Q1 of 2026, budget planning for many institutions. New presidential administration regulatory approach becoming clearer. 12 plus months post Chat GPT mainstream adoption, enough time to see what's actually working. What decisions get made? Events like this don't produce white papers. They produce vendor shortlist, partnership agreements, budget allocations for Q2 through Q4 of 2026. So the bottom line, here's what the NYC Roundtable next month on the 29th of 2026 tells us. AI and financial services has crossed a threshold from experimental to strategic, from AI projects to board level priorities, from nice to have to competitive differentiator. The infrastructure layer is now the battleground, not the AI models themselves. Everyone has come to access those. The competitive advantage is in the infrastructure that powers them reliably, securely, and at scale. Like I said, when OpenText and Cognizant gather banking's top CIOs, CTOs, and CMOs at Tiffany's, that's not hype. That's enterprise reality. For anyone building in fintech, working in banking, or investing in financial infrastructure, you need to pay attention to who's in these rooms and what they are prioritizing, because it matters more than ever. These decisions made behind closed-door sessions like this shape the markets for the next 12 to 18 months. And this is my personal opinion, but if you're not thinking about AI infrastructure strategy now, as of this December of 2025, you're already behind. The leaders are gathering next year, the first of the year, January 2026. They're not asking if, they're solving how. And that's the signal. That's where we are. See you in the next one. Until next time, I'm your host, Brian Christopher. Take care.